Hey y'all, we're working on our seeds, and I'm going to be putting all of the seeds that I've planted. I'm not going to plant again this year. We're going to get those back in their containers. I also have my inventory, my seed inventory that we talked about. I put out on Sheets, Google Sheets, and that way I can access it no matter where I am. It's on my phone, it's on my computer. I can go to the library. Before I had a printer, I would go to the library, pull it up, and print it off. I've had this running inventory since 2012. So it's always a work in progress. Just because I have something on here doesn't necessarily mean it's in stock, because I usually only update it in the winter. But this year, since it's so hot, I'm going to go ahead and update it now, because I feel like I need to do something in the house. So this is what we're going to do. Is I pull up a case, and I don't know if you can see these good, but this is my case, and I have them lettered as I have these particular cases lettered A through E, no F, because I have 6 cases. So this one is herbs, and so any of the herbs that I have attempted to plant and I need to put back into my inventory. And so here is the herb section, and you can see where it's a case A, and I labeled the inventory with A, so I know where to find things. It just helps me, and I am very, I like to be organized. Having a big box of seeds laying around is not really an option in my tiny house, so it's better that they all go back into their proper cases, and like I said, we'll update the sheets as we go. Something I'm adding in to the herbs, and so I write that at the bottom. So I've got some dandelion. I'll plant those early in the year, and I got about 20 seeds. So we do it like that. And I don't know that I have a case for dandelion yet, so we'll just put it in its own little case. We anything I don't have a case for right now, I'm just going to put in here. Well, that didn't work out so well. So that is lemon balm, and we will I'm going to put a dot. That means I've checked it, it's there, and we'll just keep doing that. This case is all flowers. Makes it very easy to find. And I do believe I have 2 boxes for sunflowers. That's good. I have a lot of sunflowers, and eventually I will have a place where I can plant a field of sunflowers. So these are all the ones I didn't plant any this year, and I'm glad I didn't waste my seed, because the grasshoppers eat the petals as soon as the petals open up. And so they don't really look that great when they have no petals. So have used quite a few of my flower seeds this year. These are a hyacinth bean vine, and the hummingbirds love this vine. This one is a purple, and then there's a white one. Eventually, I want to do a whole white garden, and I think that would just be so stunning, just to have everything from a magnolia tree all the way down to the smallest alyssum, all in white. What I'm doing here is I am simply looking at the seeds that I need to put back, marking it on my inventory sheet if I have it, and how many I used. So if I had a package of 100 seeds, I used half of them, then I need to know that I only have 50 left. It seems sometimes like a little overkill, but in the end, it saves me a lot of money, usually, because I don't have to buy seeds. I already know I have them. And when I am seed shopping in a store, like a place that has botanical interest seeds, then I can just look at my inventory and know what I have. That being said, of course, there are errors. And this year, I could not find my noodle beans. And I had saved seed. I had a package of seeds and couldn't find them. Tore all my things apart, I thought. And in the end, I found them in the corn box. Why, how, I have no clue. But it was really, kind of frustrating for me because I had to go buy more noodle beans. And then as I was doing this inventory, I found a whole stash of noodle beans. So we've got plenty of those for next year, maybe 100-foot fence of noodle beans. We'll see. Also, while I'm going through the seed boxes, putting seeds away, updating my inventory, I am looking for things that we will be fall planting. So I have about a 3-week window from now until about August 15th to get my fall plantings done. And so it's not much time. But the problem is if we don't get them done soon enough, then they will not have time to grow before a heavy freeze. So we want to be able to grow and harvest all winter, but they have to be to a certain point before we start getting frosts and heavy freezes and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going through and picking out some things that we're going to plant. And even though I'm emptying my miscellaneous box, we're really going to be filling it right back up with fall planting. I plan on planting a variety of things. And so even though I might be pulling out 20 packages, that might only be 20 plants. Since I have a very large variety of seeds, I figured why not try them out. So I used to be a market gardener, and the first year I gardened intensively in my successful gardening space, I was blessed to go to Dollar General and caught a sale on seeds. They were half off and then 90%. I believe I paid between a penny and 3 pennies per package. I didn't really know anything about heirloom, hybrid, organic seeds at that time. Like I said, it was like my first real gardening year. And so I just bought them. I bought 300 packages of seeds. And I actually still have some of those 12 years later. And I still plant them and I still get a crop. So don't ever throw your seeds away. If it's something you're not going to use again, then, put it out there for a trade, because seeds are precious and people appreciate free seeds. I go to a seed swap, well, technically a plant swap in the spring, and it has just been such a huge blessing to me. Not only did I find my true people, we have a lot of fun, and I come home with loads of plants. This year I came home with blackberry and elderberry and a roselle, and I guess it made my roselle jealous, because my roselle kicked into high gear once I brought that plant home, so that was pretty funny. But we just get together and have a big potluck and a big, huge plant swap. And then all the leftover plants, one of the gentlemen that comes to our swap, he's in charge of finding homes for them, and usually donates them to a community garden. And there's just been different places that they've donated. I think even the school got a bunch of our plants. So it's pretty cool. So don't ever throw away seeds. We, when I got my containers that I have all my stuff in, I believe I bought 5 right at the first, and I divided them and kind of color-coded them the way I wanted them. And so I have a pink one that is predominantly like tomatoes and peppers and things like that. My green one, of course, is beans and peas. And the miscellaneous is herbs, and miscellaneous is flowers. And so that just works really well. If I need carrots, for instance, I know it's in the one that has all the orange containers. And so I just like things kind of fun and organized, and it works really well for me. I don't know where I learned about this seed stashing in the seed organization in these little containers, but I get mine through one of the craft stores. I've bought them at several different craft stores, so I'm not going to name anybody, but I wait till they go on sale for $14.99. And I was in a store the other day, and they were marked down right now to $14.99. And I paused for a few seconds, like, do I need another one? But I really don't need another one right now. Mine aren't completely full, because I planted out so much stuff last spring that I actually have empty little boxes in my case. I do have 5-gallon buckets full of bulk seed, and those are also on the inventory, but on a separate sheet that needs to be updated. I am not the most tech savvy person. I took typing in high school. That's how old I am. For like one session and one semester, and really didn't learn that much, and and I just need to train myself to type, because typing is something that takes me a very long time to do.
And like I said, I'm technologically challenged, and that is part of why in the beginning I was not able to upload, I was not able to edit, I was not able to really know what I was doing, and I've had to read and watch a lot of videos on how to do things. I just know that I believe the Lord wanted me to do this channel to help people learn how to garden and to understand that gardening is so really simple. Because I used to say, if you have good soil and you have moisture, you can drop seeds on the ground by accident and they will sprout. I personally I have like a little shop vac I use, and when I'm done with it, I dump it into this pot by my door. And this year, I had red mustard greens come up in there, and I harvested greens off of that for probably 6 weeks. And then I saved the seed from those because I thought, well, if they are willing to grow out of some vacuum dust, they are hardy seeds. And so that was pretty funny. When that plant sprouted, I knew it was something special, but I did not know it was going to be such a great edible. I love mustard greens and collard greens and turnip greens and beet greens and Swiss chard and all that just cooked into a big old mess, and some onion and bacon, and I usually use bacon grease. Yes, I do. So, or lard. I do have some lard that I've rendered from pig fat, and I keep that in the freezer. But and I do use that for cooking when I remember. I would like to get into some cooking later on this channel and just kind of show you what I do with the produce as I bring it in. Sometimes it's a matter of simply eating the same thing every day for weeks, but I grow food so that I can eat healthier. I do not grow everything that I eat yet. That is one of my goals, is to can, dehydrate, preserve food so that I have enough to get me month to month, year to year. And in the small space that I garden right now, I do grow a significant amount of food. We've talked about, like, I have 24 or 26 pots that I grow in. I think there's more now because I turned some of my little compost bins into planting bins. And so I might be up to 28. I'm not sure. But you see my pile here is growing with spinach and peas, and I've popped in some seeds that I just want to get rid of. So I'm going to see if they'll grow and sprout and produce anything. I've been doing that for the last year and a half, 2 years, trying to grow my seed out, and then some of it I don't harvest, and I let it go to seed and save the seed. And so I can freshen up my seed that way, because seed does lose viability over time, and the germination rate will go down to almost nothing. Some things people have told me they were like you have to really use them in the first year. I have found that I've had them for 5 or 6 years and they still grew. I found okra seed in a barn that was at least 8 or 10 years old, and it grew and produced. And I saved seed from that. It was a dear friend of mine. But he had a whole quart jar, and really appreciate having that seed. But we save a lot of seed, and like I said, I like to freshen it up every few years. The Porter tomatoes that I've grown every year for 12 years. A friend of mine in West Texas said they're the best tomato ever. And so I had to find out, even though I don't eat tomatoes. So I grew those, and it is the best producer I have. It produces right through the summer. I get, tomatoes every day off of that plant and share them with someone. I do need to let it make a really nice tomato for me, and then I will save the seed from that as well. Well, y'all, that's the end of our seed organization, and we will see you in the next video. Thank y'all for being here and coming along with me on this journey. And so what seeds are you planting? And are you going to plant a fall garden?